What's going on, guys? Captain Rick. It is Saturday, October 4th. We're sitting here in the Oneida Lake, Oneida Shores parking lot on Oneida Lake. We ran our first walleye charter today. It's not really a fall walleye charter, although that's what I call them. We're still fishing middle of the lake. That's where the best screens are. That's where, from what I can see, the most amount of fish are. So this morning, we started right on the north side of Shackleton in that 30 to 32 foot of water. We targeted our baits at 25 foot. So we were running 10-pound mono rods with 2-ounce offshore guppy weights. We were running braid rods with 3-ounce guppy weights. So we ran 6 rods. It was really tough to get 6 rods in the water this morning. The action was just unbelievable. Problem was we were fishing in the nursery, so we probably had today somewhere between 20 and 25 fish that were between 14 and 15 inches long. A lot of shorts. So we made a pass there and we grabbed a couple of keepers, but for the most part it was shorts. So I made the decision to pick up and go a little deeper. We targeted 40 to 42 foot of water, 43 foot of water, and we ran our baits down 35 feet. And that's where we found our better quality fish. The screens were amazing over that deeper water. I've got some screenshots I'll try to share on our social media pages in the upcoming days. But just amazing screens out there. There was bait out there, just stuff you just would die to fish for, or fish over. This morning, we ran a mix of bay rats and number 7 flicker shads. They all seem to work well. This was really good this morning. I ran this gold number 7 flicker shad. That took a ton of fish. Let's see here. This is another one that took a bunch of fish today. It was kind of a fire tiger, number 7 flicker shad. But again, those were taking a lot of the smaller fish. So we ended up pulling those out of the water and going to a bay rat short deep and a flicker minnow number 9 style bait. And I've got a lot of those still on the rods here. By far, blue was probably the best today. We tried to run a little bit of fire tiger, mix in some hot colors, but blue was easily the number 1 color today. And I know I showed this last weekend. So this is that blue tiger. This is a bay rat short deep. This is kind of like a junior thunderstick. Same profile. This was good. This is I think they call this like a blue coral. That took quite a few fish. End of the day, we threw in the blue silver number 9 flicker minnow. That took our last keeper. And then this was good for a handful of fish as well. That's just a green tiger. Again, a bay rat short deep. I threw this out there for a little bit. I've never really done well on the purple frog. That did take a fish, and that was about it. So those were our rods. We ran 2 and 3 ounce guppy weights to get those baits down there. So when we were fishing the deeper water, we were targeting that 35 to 37 foot down over 40 to 43 foot of water. When I say targeting, I'm using the Precision Sonar app. So I'm going in there, I'm downloading the data for the baits I'm using. I'm running rods that have 10-pound mono, and right now I've got 20-pound braid on my braid rods. I am switching that over to 10-pound just so I can go off the app and have a pretty decent idea of where my baits are running. But I'm utilizing that app. I'm downloading the baits I'm using, and they've got that feature where you can say you're using a 2-ounce weight, and it'll tell you exactly how far back to put it for the speed you're trolling. Today we trolled 1.7 is what we trolled most of the day. It seemed like when we got over the deeper water, the west trolls were much better than the east trolls. On the east troll, it seemed like I had to slow it down to 1.5 to get bit. I don't have my downriggers on board, so my fish hawk is not on board. So to me, it's a guessing game. But with the amount of fish and bites we were generating, it wasn't too difficult to figure out that there was probably a speed issue when I changed directions. We also took a few bites on Chinook divers. So I'm running the number 2 size. I've got my weight all the way out to the side there. Because I was fishing in 30 foot of water, I wanted to get it away from the boat. This took a few bites today. This is just a bay rat short shallow. This is called jailbird. That took a few bites today. We were running these out when we were in the shallower water, 55 to 60. When we got to the deeper water, we were running these anywhere from 70 to 80 foot. And again, utilizing my Humminbird Mega Live just to put those baits or those divers where I wanted them. Some points we were getting a lot of suspended fish, so I would suck the diver up a little bit. We did take a bite on a spoon. This is an old bay rat, little bay rat spoon, just a chicken wing. That took a few bites. I tried to put a few spoons out when we were doing that 1.7. They would flutter at 1.7. If I slowed down to 1.5, I got no action out of the spoon, so I went back to just a short shallow bay rat. That's usually one of my better bay rats here. That did not take any fish today. That's the toxic frog. But when we could, we had an 8-rod spread out there, 2 Chinook divers, and 6 board lines with 2 and 3 ounce guppy weights. And that was our program today. We got a few nice perch out there. We got one that was, we got a 12, 11, and a 10-inch perch while we were trolling. Our biggest walleye today was 23 inches. We probably had 4 in that 20 to 22 inch range. So we had some really nice fish. Last weekend when I fished here, most of my fish were 14 to 15 inches. I never really got anything big, a couple 16 inchers, but today we had some really quality fish, and most of those came out over that deeper water. Running back after we limited out, I ran through some 50-foot water and marked a ton of fish out there. So we probably could have even slid out a little deeper and targeted some fish out there. And maybe next weekend I will do that. But we had amazing screens that we fished over for most of the day, so it was tough to leave them. But when we were getting a bunch of small fish, I knew we had to make a move because we were inundated with small fish. So that's it for this weekend. We'll be back next weekend with another charter. The weeds aren't horrible out there, so trolling sticks, you're going to move a little bit faster. You're probably going to be able to cover more water, and they catch fish. So if you want to troll sticks, I urge you to download that Precision Trolling app. It will help you tremendously putting those sticks in the part of the water column that you want to fish. And just a quick tip, if you're fishing that close to bottom, you really want to walk that board out. You don't want to just clip the board on and dump it. You want to slowly let that board out, or else that weight is going to go right down to the bottom. So one last little tip there. But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes, people coming up to us and letting us know you're watching. That's awesome. And if you learned something from this, even better. So look for us next weekend. Thanks for watching.